person. If you think about the movie Aliens and the artist Geiger, he created this whole series of art that then was used for the movie Aliens. And so now that's kind of a visual style that like everyone knows. And before him, there are things that were similar, but he kind of took all the things and like put his vision on it. The question is, when we say innovating AI, do we mean that an AI that has a personality that can create something that's distinctive? I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome to Practical AI, everybody. My name's Jeff. I'm with Peter Lynn. This is season 2 of Practical AI, and we are sponsored by Pocket AI. Pocket AI is a tool used to edit the weights of your models. With Pocket AI, you can prune over 60% of the weights of your models while increasing accuracy. Peter, today we want to talk about OpenAI's Dev Days, which I think was this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week. The whole topic, amongst other things, but the topic of AGI, super AI, whatever, came up, and Sam Altman got to teach us all a little bit about AGI. So tell us a little bit about what happened.
Basically part of the dev days. So that's their dev conference for developers. And he usually has a keynote. And as part of that, they do an interview style thing, conversation. And a big topic of that is AGI, because that's a big topic. And he kind of gave, so the question leading in was, when will we reach AGI? And so then Sam went through kind of the history of their development and how after every time they train a new model, they ask, how is this done AGI? And then he then proposed their definition of AGI because there is no consensus on what AGI really is. And there probably won't be for a while. But so, in order for them to sell their services, he needs to define what that means so that it maps well to their product roadmap.
So this is a good case of a salesperson figuring out that the tail should wag the dog for a minute.
Right. Well, it makes sense because they have to plan out their product releases for at least a year or two in advance, right? Because that's you kind of have to do that. If you build software, that's a common thing. You have to plan out at least 1 or 2 years, ideally more if you can, but usually 1 or 2 years. And as a result, he needs to have some sales message that maps to their roadmap. And that way, when they ship a new version next year and the year after that, they can go, look, we said in 2023, we said 2024, and then so they can go back and go, yeah, we've been delivering consistently based on this definition. So it looks good.
I'm assuming it's also good for raising money,
Yeah.
right? But the sleight of hand here, and which is more than just sleight of hand, it's somewhat genius, is that there is no consistent definition of artificial general intelligence. And so if Sam can define it in a way that lines up with the roadmap of his product, they can reach the new definition of AGI and
Yep.
make a lot of people happy and probably make a lot of money in the process. Correct?
Right. Because if you go back to last year, there was another talk where Sam said, well, I believe in a few years we'll look back at GPT-4 and laugh at how bad it was. Right. So he's talking out both sides. Last year he was saying, well, look, in a few years, we're going to laugh at how bad 3 and 4 were. But
Yeah,
then on
but
the
he
flip
probably was
side,
also pretty far down the path of '01 when he made that comment, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he was kind of like playing this game of like, well, things are terrible enough, but hey, the next version is going to be great. Yeah.
Well, let's just briefly look at what Sam Altman is sort of referring to as the 5 layers or levels of super AI or AGI. So level 1 is conversational, and I think this is kind of where we've been for a
Yep.
little bit. I was kind of surprised that see that level 2 is reasoning. Have they have they redefine the word reason, or is this the same definition of reason that Aristotle and Plato would agree with?
I would say we don't actually know with any certainty what transformer models do to show the work, which looks like reasoning, right?
Okay.
Like no one can pinpoint, yeah, here are the weights that define the logic or the circuits that produce reasoning. Because people can give it different prompts and get different results when really it's the same reasoning steps, but it gets lost. So in that sense, does it really reason or is it just look really good?
So if they had said level 2 is show your work AI, there'd be no controversy here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Level 3, autonomous. So this kind of makes sense, right? This is robots and the car can drive and airplanes fly and all that stuff. Or like we were just talking about the shipyards,
Yep.
the new shipyard, the port workers strike. They don't want to be replaced by autonomous, you know, dock workers, right?
Yep.
Um, then level 4 is innovating AI. And
Hmm.
so this seems like a hurdle right today. So this is, to me, this is a bit Star Trek-y, just because you and I have had this conversation about whether AI can create anything new or if it can just give you versions of anything that it's been fed. Is this, will innovating AI include creativity and new, or is it always going to be a variation on what it's seen?
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah. So when I think of the word innovators, that to me is not really useful because if I think about a human, let's say it's learning how to paint. You start by learning to like draw shapes, and then maybe you might take life drawing and you take a life drawing course with an instructor and you learn how to draw faces and hands and so on. Then at some point, you're ready to kind of imagine new things and do paintings or drawings that are not from anything that existed. So is that innovative? It's up to the person. If you think about the movie Aliens and the artist Geiger, he created this whole series of art that then was used for the movie Aliens. And so now that's kind of a visual style that like everyone knows. And before him, there are things that were similar, but he kind of took all the things and like put his vision on it.
Yeah,
So
sort of that melted steampunk look.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well, the question is, when we say innovating AI, do we mean that an AI that has a personality that can create something that's distinctive? I don't know.
yeah. Level 5 is organizational. Um, Altman predicts could take 50 years to get here. Um, like this is where you basically you just you could run a company at that point, right? Where the AI could just do it better than anyone else. Um, anyway, but I think more interesting is however long this takes. These layers and this definition has kind of been created now by a company that is already on the pathway of doing this, and so they will
Yep.
probably succeed in some of this to some degree, right? Because
Yeah,
this is their definition now.
it is, right? And it's no different than Elon promising, hey, FSD is going to be available in 2020. And then he says, no, it'll be ready in 2021. And then rinse and repeat to 2024.
Yeah, good. Well, this is fun. This is a good topic. Good to see super intelligence kind of be on the topic list again. We haven't talked about it in a while, but it's not going away, it looks like. So Peter, thank you. Good talk. We will catch up on more topics next week. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tune in, and we will be here for you. Take care.